Welcome, one and all, to yet another episode of Toast the Toss. Here we are the finalists, and I'm the presenter, Arijit. We have our regular set of finalists, Sanskar, Aditya, who's back after our first episode, which we featured for the IPL, and then we have Bidhu after a long time of break. Probably after all those pro basketball theories, we are seeing the return of Vinayak come. And Vinayakam, how does it feel back on the show?
I'm just here to support RCB. I'm fed up of all the trolling. I'm here. That is my only goal, only purpose to be on this show today. So
And yet you wear a purple shirt to support RCB.
दिल में होना चाहिए, दिल में. It is in my heart.
Yeah. So you tell me, so RCB started on a winning note. They started this week on a winning note. They uh, outclassed Punjab, and it was a very actually, it was a wonder of wonders. Punjab just managed to score 176 in RCB. Was it below par or was it not even like Marina Trench of par scores? Aditya, your views on this?
RCB is a graveyard for bowlers, and even after Punjab scoring 176, I think RCB barely scratched their way through with support from DK. I don't know how long he's going to do this. And they say that home ground is a fortress for the home teams. And RCB against KKR managed to pull out the first defeat at a home ground. Yeah, it's more like a undress for RCB at Chinaswamy. So somehow they managed to scrape through against Punjab. It takes a lot to lose a game against Punjab.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
will predict, but somehow they managed to scrape through that one.
Yeah, but what's wrong with the Punjab team? They seemed quite determined, yet uh, means like it still seems a little undermotivated. Any Punjab fans over here, or Preeti Zinta fans for that matter of fact?
Yeah, the latter, I think you'll find quite a few. I don't think you'll find any for the former.
Okay, means like it's a little saddening to see someone like Shikhar Dhawan not in the ranks, and it was very average on the part of Punjab. But RCB's one gentleman, he did really well to come under the notice of all the trolls, and that is Al Zari Joseph. What went wrong with Joseph? Bidhu?
So whenever Joseph's name is taken, I think his first IPL debut strikes me. But when he took around 5 wickets for Mumbai Indians, but beyond that, he doesn't have any notable performance. The reason why RCB took him, thinking was that they wanted one good out-and-out pace bowler. But the pitch in Bangalore is not supporting paces. You can see the pitch is slightly slower. And in all the games, I don't think Alzari Joseph has performed well in any of the three games. So the strongest point which RCB thought in the auction is actually becoming their weak link. And whatever they could get out of the slower bowlers, they are just making sure they try to keep the teams to a lower score.
Okay, nicely put. Sanskar, your thoughts upon the King scoring 77 runs? Sanskar? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um,
your take on Kohli's form?
Kohli's form, well, a 2 month break and suddenly you finding amongst runs, which sort of is the expectation. Whether we like it or not, it seems like another season where RCB is resting on Kohli's shoulders for bad, for good or for bad. We don't know yet. And based on the sample size of 3 games, at least that seems to be the case. Uh, Unlike the previous seasons, one thing in the limited sample size of RCB that seems to stand out is the Indian contingent of RCB is actually doing pretty well. Even in the game against Punjab, you had notable performances, of course, from Kohli. You had notable performances from Lomror, you had performances from DK, you had performances from I think Siraj also bowled
Anuj
pretty well.
Rawat.
Anuj Rawat did pretty well in the first game. Siraj delivered well in the second game as well. So I think the Indian contingent of RCB, one good thing about them is they are punching above the weight, which is good. Uh, the big boys need to come to the party. The likes of Cameron Green, Maxwell, Faf did well in the first game, but again that was
Yeah,
short-lived.
we'll be discussing
So
the players in detail in the later half of the show. Next, moving to the game, which for which we should approach the CSK fan in the show. So, Aditya, your views on this massive win scored by CSK against Gujarat Titans? Was the margin on expected lines, or Chennai just got the better of GT?
Yeah, just a correction there. It's not a massive win, just another day in the park for CSK there. So no, the funniest moment was, I think even Dhoni himself will say, if you take a catch in a match and then people start appreciating you for it so much, like a normal catch, you tend to think like, no, I'm not that bad a fielder to sort of drop this. He took a catch. It was a good catch. But then the kind of headlines that it made
There
was
means like
sort of
if an Inzamam ul Haq had taken a similar catch, that would have been news. But this gravity defying.
very left off to Kuttapa's catch in the 2007 World Cup, which none of us remember. But yeah, that made news. That made sense. But yeah, otherwise, I think CSK seems to have their combination sorted. Rahane. Dubé came out first two balls, he whacked it out. Sai Kishore was bowling a good over there. He got a wicket. Rahane was under pressure, and then he came and he just whacked it out. And it seems like he's learned to, face pace bowling also, which is good. I don't know how he'll do outside Chennai, but at least in Chennai, he's been doing well. So that augurs well. The only thing missing so far in the series is washing Tala out to, coming out to bat with the DJ blasting out whatever fancy Tamil songs he wants to play. That's the only thing that's been missing so far. Tushar Deshpande was in form in the first game, 4 overs, 48. That's what you expect from him. The second game was a little aberration, 4 overs, 23 for 2. But I hope he continues in that form. It augurs well for
Coming
Chennai.
to the topic of music, I will be going to a person with whom I love to discuss a lot of music. Or means like Aditya, even you can answer. I've been told that you're a great fan of music. Does the DJ in at Chepauk play songs for the opponent teams also? So we had Rashid Khan and the other Afghan bowler. What do we expect the CSK DJ playing something like Afghan Jalebi and all that? Vinayak and Aditya, the question is yours.
I think the DJ does play songs for the opponent players also, but it may be to diss them, not to encourage them. So I don't know about Afghan Jalebi. Afghan Jalebi Hindi songs in Chepauk. Apart from the opening ceremony, which was really, I mean, I thought it stood out the fact that the entire thing was in Hindi, but I don't, I haven't heard too many Hindi songs being played at Chepauk. I don't know. I mean, I may be wrong here. Aditya.
I don't think CSK DJ plays song even for the CSK team. The opening batsmen are coming out to bat. He's playing for songs for Dhoni to come out to bat. When Jaddu is coming out to bat, even then it's like, I'm like waiting for Dhoni to come out to bat. So
No,
it's
because I remember once upon a time, whenever Dhoni used to come to bat, the CSK DJ used to play Azim Shah Shahenshah for some reason.
just the music part of it, because that was dubbed in Hindi, Tamil also.
Yeah.
So and it's Rahman, so you have the Tamil
Oh,
connection somehow. So
yeah. And then we'll come to the most. Okay, before that, I just wanted to ask, how did Bidhu, this question is for you. What went against the Gujarat team? Like they seem to be a really strong team. They have average players, but they play very strong as a unit. And what means, and suddenly they seem so overwhelmed, like they just couldn't have uh, just score any runs or take wickets. What went wrong for them? for the Gujarat Titans?
So one thing that we discussed in the last episode was Gujarat Titans will find it tough when teams score above 185. So Gujarat Titans game is all about bowling well, restricting the opponents to around 160 to 180 and scoring them, or go batting first, scoring around 170 and trying to squeeze the opponents out. So if you see this match, they had to chase 200. The opponents did not do well, which meant that the batters who are coming in, who actually like to play the finishers role, the Tewatias, David Millers and Rashid Khan, they were in a position where they had to consolidate. I think that went against them. The exact opposite of what CSK had. In the CSK, the first two batters, openers, went ahead and got them off to a flying start, which enabled Shivam Dube to completely play freely without any fear. And that's the exact opposite what happened in GT innings. And if the openers don't do well, openers as in Subman Gill, Shai Sudarshan is still new. We do not expect a lot from him in this particular season. But I think Shubman Gill's wicket was the key.
But Sai Sudarshan, yeah, I like his stance. I really hope he plays well this season. I'm a big Gujarat fan and I would love to see Gujarat Tamilian score well, especially against CSK. Now we'll go to the most controversial match of the week, and this was between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Mumbai Indians, and it seemed like the match was not between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Mumbai Indians. It was against the world versus Hardik Pandya. Take your sides, ladies and gentlemen. We only have gentlemen. Vinayakam, which team are you supporting, Hardik Pandya or the rest of the world?
Hardik Pandya. I mean, poor guy. I have done this multiple times when I'm looking for a job change. I will quote my salary. I'll quote the position I want, and I mean, I expect to get that. Whatever in this whole thing, I mean, this whole perception of loyalty and all those things, I think is bullshit. And when you're playing for it, it's like being in a relationship, right? When you are in the relationship, you have to be loyal. When the time is over, the time is over. You move on to the next one. So, I mean, it's
But,
it's sad that it is.
to cut you over here, and I will be moving to Sanskar. But I'm continuing with that as the point put by Vinayakam. Sanskar, your thought. But the world or even the Mumbai is treating as Hardik as like a newly married lady, which happens on all in our soap opera shows, that they are not accepting this new bride in the house. And it seems like a soap opera. It seems like some Kyuki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahoti. Your thoughts on this, Sanskar?
Well, to be fair, uh, yeah, I completely agree with Vinayak on this. I don't see any reason whatsoever for Hardik to face this sort of backlash. You can criticize the way the game went about, his decisions taken on field, but I think beyond that, to simply take a dig on him, his personal life, his achievements, his failures, just because you don't like to see him at the position of authority seems a bit too far-fetched. And this is where I feel the ugly side of Indian fans comes out, wherein you forget everything that was relevant in the past, everything he has done in the past for the country, and today, out of nowhere, just because a five-time winning IPL captain had to give up his spot, that was which frankly was not his decision to begin with. It was the management decision. It was the management's decision. You want to troll somebody, you want to criticize somebody, take it out
But
on the
the
man.
problem is not that, Sanskar. The problem is scoring 24 runs of 20 balls when you are still in contention. So I will now shift it to Aditya. Aditya, your thoughts about Hardik Pandya's that slow-paced innings, and probably everyone is blaming him for the loss. Like it seems that they still believe that the match was in their kitty, and because he came and he was dancing to the grooves of the DJ, He lost focus and attention. Your thought on this, Aditya?
See, two parts to it. So I barely agree with Vinayakam, but I do agree with him here. I don't think he needs this backlash of all the booing and all that he's getting. It's absolutely unwarranted, especially in the age where we are living. You do bargain for a higher job, higher designation, higher salary, whatnot in your own life, and to expect somebody else to live up to a higher standard is just not done. With respect to the innings, see, first of all, that day what they played was not cricket; it was stick cricket. That wicket was too flat, 277, and then the opponent scoring 246 is just ridiculous. Maybe Hardik could have scored a little bit more quickly. Maybe he could have clicked. But yeah, it's okay. It's just one match. I wouldn't hold too much against him there. He's a top class talent, and he's one of the few talents that I've been excited to watch playing for. I'm a huge CSK fan, and even with Hardik playing for MI, I'm saying this here. I've been excited with Hardik playing for India. Remember what he did in the Champions Trophy final against Pakistan? We were dead and buried, and he gave us hope. When he hit those sixers, he gave us hope. That innings he placed against Pakistan in the World Cup T20 final, all of us remember Kohli finishing the game, Ashwin leaving the ball, but he helped us take it deep. And there is also a lot of ridicule on him getting injured and not playing. Come on, yeah, he played the World Cup. You saw him getting injured. It was a freak injury. You can't do much about it. And he put in the hard work. He came back. And see, you have a particular ethics when you're living life. You want to have a certain moral when you're living life. You want to be down to earth, blah, 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 all of that. But you can't expect everyone to live up to your standard. If he wants to show off, bob his head, walk in and do that, he might win 5, he might lose 5. But okay, if that's what he is, that's what he is. I wouldn't diss him for that. But yeah, coming to the innings, I did feel he could have pushed for it a little earlier. You had Robman Powell sitting in the wings, who did come out and whack a few out of the park. So given that you still had firepower sitting in the shed, maybe he could have gone a little earlier. And he was what, 11 of 3 or something like that. First 2 balls he did hit it out of the park, and then he took it a little slow. I think he
Here
just
I have
needs
a
somebody to
question.
go.
Oh, here I have a question. Everyone points out that he was 11 of 3 and then he just slowed it down. But no one is giving the credit to the SRH bowling unit. Those overs, those 13 to 15th over, bowled by Pat Cummins and I believe it was another bowler,
Another
not
another famous bowler, and
Unadkat
Bhunesh
was
Kumar.
also there. So
Bhuvi.
Bhuvi also bowled a brilliant over there. So means like in the process of criticizing uh, Pandya, are we not taking the attention away of the superb captaincy and bowling by the SRH team? Bidhu, your thoughts on this?
Yes, so I'll just talk about the cricketing part. I just one mention about what Vinayak said. He started off by saying, "Poor Hardik Pandya." Out of all people, poor is not someone who you can attach with Hardik Pandya. He's not poor out of all the
He
things.
meant Bechara takes. He
Yeah,
meant Bechara takes.
yeah. So look, coming into the game, so if you look at it, there are two things for which Hardik Pandya is criticized. One is his bowling of Jasprit Bumrah, and second is his batting. In the bowling, look, the plan was all right. Bumrah will have one shot in the power play and preserve his overs for Klassen and Markram, which obviously are the strongest unit of Sunrisers Hyderabad. What Abhishek Sharma did was completely out of the blue. Nobody anticipated that he would play such kind of an innings. And when they faced Jasprit Bumrah in the power play, they already had 40 runs of 3 overs. So they saw that overthrew and did not take any chances. And by the time Bumrah came on 13th over, it was already 160 or 170. So again, they started to see off Bumrah and attack the other bowlers. So not much you can do. Maybe you can say he should have bowled Bumrah 1 or 2 overs in the 10th to 14th over. That aside, coming to the batting part, as you mentioned, the bowling of Sunrisers Hyderabad have to be credited. Look, in a chase of 270, you have to hit all the 20 overs. You cannot pick that I'll bat first in the 6 overs or the last 10th or death overs. You have to bat first in all the overs. 1 over which I saw from Jaydev Unadkat to Tim David, I feel is a turning point, not Hardik Pandya's batting. I think Tim David could not score a single boundary of that 6 deliveries, which was complete slower off-cutters kind of deliveries. And that I think is a game changer. Hardik Pandya thought out of those two, Tim David will hit the 16th to 18th and Hardik Pandya will preserve himself for the last 2 overs. But because that over went for like I think 9 or 10 runs of Jaydev Unadkat, then the chase fell apart and then nothing could have been done. In the hindsight, 24 of 20 looks really bad in a chase of 270. But I think the game was lost in that 16th over when Jaydev Unadkat was bowling to Tim David.
Yes. And okay, do you guys love such high-scoring games, or it's just like very boring game of cricket? People are shaking their heads. Sanskar, do you like? You're the young guy.
I don't mind a game being high scoring or low scoring as long as there's contest between two teams. The moment
So
it
you did
becomes
like, because there
overwhelming,
was a contest. You did like the match, right? Because there was contest.
yeah, there was contest. There was, I mean, see, yeah, pitch can always be criticized or appreciated based on it's a very subjective thing, but there was intent from both the teams. There was fight back from Mumbai, which we all love to see. So as long as there is competition between two teams and not overwhelmingly one-sided, I don't mind how high scoring or low scoring the game is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. And then we are going to the match where we have a Rajasthan Royals fan. So, Bidhu, how does it feel to see Riyan Parag, Parag's form? Like he came back from an injury, and boy oh boy, has he not transformed into this big run hitting machine. Your thoughts on this, Bidhu?
Yes, it was about time. I think he is there since 2016. And during one of the auctions, they had to choose between Riyan Parag and Rahul Tewatia. At that time, Riyan Parag was an upcoming all-rounder and Rahul Tewatia had been decent for them. And I was also surprised that they retained Riyan Parag instead of Rahul Tewatia. And from there on, they always went ahead with a 6-batter, 5-bowler strategy without having an all-rounder. So I always felt loss of Rahul Tewatia was pulling Rajasthan Royals back. And even his batting, Riyan Parag's batting was not coming off in the last 2 seasons. So with the auction in the next year, it was his final shot at his IPL campaign. And I think he has revived it. It's too early for 2 innings, but I think in IPL, if you play 4 to 5 innings, the teams will retain you. That's the style of play in IPL. I think, and he has won one game single-handedly from a position of 30 for 3, especially coming in and building the innings and staying not out, especially is something which he will cherish. So yeah, but I personally
Yeah,
I like Ashwin's
yeah,
innings.
he appears. Okay, how much did Ashwin and us score?
It's not
29.
about scoring. It's not about scoring. So as I said, Rajasthan Royals have always had a good
No,
all-rounder.
it's like, yeah, he
I think he scored about
yeah.
30.
So one thing what strikes actually is that this, yeah, yeah, 29 to 30 runs. So one thing what I really like about this team is that Rajasthan team, it's a very gutsy team. Like you have all these, it's a team full of prospects, of Indian prospects that they any day they might go and represent the team. It's just a little bit of luck over here. They have some great players over here. But Vinayak, tell me one thing. Because Riyan Parag has also been trolled a lot. You being a person from Mumbai, do you think Pandya will also have a turnaround like Riyan Parag sooner than later?
I think soon, soon. It's just a
Uh,
matter of time. Hope he gets through it in this season itself. If not, they'll come through in the next season. It's just a matter of getting used to. Public memory is short as well, so it is just a matter of one good innings or 2 good innings, and we should. I mean, there was a good chance here in this match. If he had pulled it through, maybe this would have been the turnaround. This would have started the turnaround. But there is always time for another
but boy,
good
boy,
innings.
I'm really loving this one aspect of the tournament is that Sanju Samson is he is the best captain India ever will have. He should be the guy in the Indian World Cup. he should be made the captain. Okay, enough of Sanju Samson praises. And now we'll be moving to the match featuring RCB versus KKR, and that was a hell of a match. Uh, we'll go to the RCB fan in the house. Sanskar, how was your emotions, sentiments, temperament after the match?
Well, I mean, RCB and their horrors in Chinaswamy, it's a never-ending love affair. Um, in batting, though, in all honesty, yes, it's unlike the conventional Chinaswamy pitch where you expect a lot of free-flowing balls and going for sixes. It was a bit too paced, something which RCB is not accustomed to. So I kind of understand. Having said that, I still feel with the type of start that they had and the innings where they were in between, they could have added a bit like 10 runs or 15 runs more. But that still doesn't justify or doesn't explain the poor show that they had in their bowling, especially in the power play. I mean, look, we have had instances of Narayan being a pinch hitter and scoring crucial runs, but you still expect to take his wicket at that given point in time. You just cannot concede 85 runs in 6 overs, irrespective of any ground. And I think the match was lost then and there itself. After that, no matter what you do. However, a single shout out to Vaishak. I feel Vaishak did exceedingly well. I was glad to see another Indian punching above the weight.
Another Kannadiga man.
He's a Kannadiga indeed. With a pitch like this, you can't help but wonder if they planned on having such a pitch or if it just happened to be one of those seasons where you have such a pitch. And I'm wondering if this pitch suited a certain Harshal Patel who they again let go of. It's just an open-ended question.
One thing I really liked about Vaishak was the variations. In 1 over, he had about 4 or 5 variations of the ball. So that was pretty interesting. Vinayakam, you wanted to add something over here. Okay, you are on mute.
I completely agree with Sanskar that RCB was, I think, 10-15 runs short. And unfortunately, the blame has to be borne by Kohli as well, because in spite of scoring
Not
80
as
plus,
well, only Kohli.
no, the others also had to be there, right? I mean, it was not like he was hogging all the strike. But my RCB does not have a choice. RCB, I mean, obviously he's the not lone, but one of the stars for RCB. But I feel Kohli should not be playing the World Cup. That is my take for the Indian team. I don't see a place for Kohli. I see a place for Rohit, but not for Kohli. But anyways, coming
Aditya,
back,
just a second. Aditya, do you agree with that statement of Vinayakam that there should be no Kohli in the World Cup because of his slow? He still wears the orange cap, and yet Vinayakam is being harsh on him.
No, I don't think I agree with that statement. He's a champion player. He has handled a lot of criticisms that has come his way. He failed in England. He came back. They said he's slow. He started scoring quickly. I think he averages 50 with a strike rate of 140. Come on. It's ridiculous if somebody says that man doesn't merit a place in the team. With age, little senility, I think steps in. So
are you talking about Kohli or me?
yeah. I think Sanskar wants to add something here. So
Okay, means on that point, chor ke dari mein tinka. But yeah, Sanskar, you wanted to add something.
Truth be told, see, as much as I love Virat Kohli, as much as I love RCB, I can't help but think that the team will benefit more without Kohli. And hear me out why. You have flamboyant Yashasvi Jaiswal, you have flamboyant Surya Kumar Yadav. You need them at number one and you need them at as an opener and as number three. So the best Virat can do, which I feel he should start doing, is bat at number four if he really, really wants a spot in the squad. But we all know that him batting below number three is a rarity. So conflict of interest, but let's see what does BCCI.
Sorry, I want another turn at this. Not to the Virat, not adding to that. I have said my part, but I still want to stick my head out and say that I see RCB going to the playoffs. I, in fact, even see them in the finals. My dream final this year would be RCB and DC. Okay, because of various reasons.
Correct. Dream.
RCB
Go for it.
dream. Yeah, that's fine. But RCB, I would take this kind of a campaign any day than what we saw with India in the World Cup, where we won everything and then lost. This kind of a up and down, I'm perfectly okay with. We are just done with the initial phase. There is still more to come.
Vinayak, just a second. You're comparing apples with pineapples.
That's okay. There is still apple in that, so that's fine. It is not oranges.
Okay. Okay. On that note, there's a LSG versus Punjab match happening. Bidhu, can you update us about the score? How's the match progressing?
Wait a second.
Okay, on that,
Punjab
Aditya,
50 of last 4 overs.
yeah, how
Yeah,
much is required?
60 of 24. Shikhar is batting on 70.
Okay, I still think it will be tough for Punjab. And okay, we are done with almost all the games during the week, but we are looking forward to the matches which will start from tomorrow, and that features GT versus Sunrisers Hyderabad and Delhi Capitals versus CSK. Your picks, gentlemen. GT versus SRH. Who's going to win? Sanskar?
I want GT to win, but I think SRH will edge past GT in that particular game.
SRH has made the right impression with it. Even with the fortune which Kavya had, still misfortune as luck and bad luck, not her father's money. But anyways, let's not get into that. Aditya, your views on GT versus SRH. Who's going to win?
I think SRH have figured out their combination now.
Okay. Bidhu?
I would go with GT. 2 reasons. One is I like to see how Ashish Nehra is planning against the Sunrisers batters. And Gujarat Titans have a lot of left-handers, 3 left-handers in top 6. So Sunrisers bowling, they would nullify the bowling of Sunrisers Hyderabad.
Okay. Vinayak, your thoughts?
GT. I think GT will win. It's just a matter of settling down. Nehra will have a plan for this, and we will full faith in Nehra ji and his Naril Pan.
Okay, Sanskar wants to add something. Yeah.
Though I've said that SRH have better chance of winning, I still want to see Travis Head and Pat Cummins experiencing the loud side of Ahmedabad and not the silent side of Ahmedabad.
That's very nicely put. Okay. Sanskar, your thoughts on DC versus CSK. Where is the match happening? Delhi?
Vizag. And I
Vizag,
think SK will edge past DC very easily.
Okay, why is the match happening in Vizag? I was wondering why are the matches happening in Vizag? Is it at Chennai's home matches or?
It's Delhi's home games. Apparently, the pitch is not ready yet. So the first 2 or 3 home games of Delhi will happen in Vizag, and the rest are going to happen in Anj or Firozshah Kotla preview.
I don't know what's the similarity between Vizag and DC. But anyways, Aditya, your thoughts? You're a CSK fan. That's taken. You would be supporting
But
CSK.
having said that, I would love to see Prithvi Shaw come back. I don't think he should be benches. He's a prodigious talent. I know he's had a lot of off-field issues. Even Ashwin in his last YouTube video said that he spoke to Dada and Ricky and felt that it was justified that he was sitting on the bench. I don't know what the reasons are, but I do hope that he makes a comeback. And I don't see a reason how cricketing reasons why he should be sitting out. I hope he comes back, and of course.
Yeah, I agree with you, Aditya. It's very. I personally feel that probably Ricky Ponting is not very fond of Prithvi Shah. I think he might see some technical issues and all that. But given all that, he does chip in really well. I believe for Mumbai also he played really well during the Ranji Trophy. But then again, the world is a harsh place, and I hope he comes out stronger out of this. Vinayakam, your thoughts on DC versus CSK? And
I
that was
want DC.
just yeah, Vinayakam.
Yeah, I want DC to win. I
Whatever
want.
whatever Aditya is telling, you're telling the opposite view.
No, no, no. No,
I know,
Pant.
so obviously Vinayak has to go for it.
No. I want Pant to score a good innings and Kuldeep to get a 3-4 or 4-4. I mean, my vote for DC is for these two guys. Prithvi Shaw, yes, I believe there are some fitness issues probably, but apart from that, I agree there are no cricketing. I don't see any cricketing reasons why he should be benched. I would love to see him come and fire. My vote is for DC.
Bidhu, you have a punt in your pick. Whom do you support?
I do support Pant, but I'm just not happy with the way Delhi teams have structured the team around Pant. The new Pant is not going to be the Pant of 2018 to 20, and they should have really invested something in the auction. The team is in disarray. You just don't see anybody actually making Delhi win apart from Kuldeep Yadav in bowling. I don't pin hopes on a Mitchell Marsh having a great campaign in IPL. He is not an IPL player, at least in the track record. So let's see, just David Warner can carry the team around.
Aditya?
Yeah, David Warner is what I would say. Three times orange cap winner. So, and he did play well the last game also. So but the only problem with Delhi is he has to fire. There's nobody else in the batting lineup. Pant is still coming back. Mitch Marsh is a man of.
Looked very ordinary. I saw one of his overs and it looked very ordinary. I felt really bad for him actually. Bidhu, Rajasthan Royals versus MI in Mumbai. Whom do you expect to win? Of course, you're a fan by, but yeah, what does the heart says,
You
or
know,
rather the mind says?
whenever KKR versus Bangalore happens, Sunil Narayan fires, and whenever Rajasthan and Mumbai happens in Mumbai, Josh Butler fires. So I'm hoping this opportunity for Josh Butler to come back in form, and I'm hoping Rajasthan Royals will win in Mumbai.
Vinayak, Mumbai boy, will Mumbai see their first victory in hometown?
Not this time. I don't think this time they'll still. I think there is still a lot of mental pressure on them. I think it'll take them a couple of more games to overcome that. And Rajasthan, I think, it looks well settled. I would like to see a better innings from Sanju Samson, and I think he's still not fired as much as I would have liked. And Ashwin is cracking in his new role. I don't think it's a new role. He has been playing this on and off, but as a batting role, as a pure all-rounder role, I think I'm expecting more from him. I think Rajasthan will win.
Aditya? Yeah,
Go for it.
Bidhu, we'll come back to you. Aditya, your views?
Yeah, I think the most impressive part of Rajasthan campaign so far is Butler has not fired, Jaiswal has not fired, and yet they have managed to win both their games. Mumbai, it's a kick-ass team. Who are you kidding? Have like 6 India first, if not first 11, first 15 in their team. But I think somewhere they have not gelled well as a team. And see, I play cricket at a club level, and whatever happens on the field when you're there on the field, it does tend to play on you as a player. And not just Hardik Pandya, with everything that's happening around him, it will impact others also who are playing. So unless they sort of come over that, it's going to be hard. I do hope they do that. They're a good team. But till they do that, I think Rajasthan are a well-gelled team. Sanju is doing a good job. And Oreo, I think you'll have a fan club in Kerala by the end of this episode with what you said about Sanju at the beginning. So yeah, I think Rajasthan should be able to pull through. Butler and Jaiswal are too good to not pull through.
I'm a Nerul boy. I have to support Sanju Samson. Bidhu, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, just one point. So I'm also interested to see how Trent Bolt performs against Mumbai Indians. because I actually could not search the quote. I think the quote is in search of diamond you lose gold, or in search of gold you lose silver, something. So they traded Trent Bolt for Jofra Archer from Rajasthan Royals. Trent Bolt was performing really well, and that point Trent Bolt was still in his peak. To let go of Trent Bolt was, I think, a huge mistake, a mistake that they have yet not filled with any other for overseas bowler. So I really love how Trent Bolt goes after the Mumbai batters.
Sanskar, do you think there
Did
will
RCB play a game for Mumbai? I'm sorry to. I don't think he
be?
did. It was supposed to be a dream combo of Bumrah and Archer, and I don't
Archer
think
played, but that time Bumrah was not playing. So they never had both of them together.
Yeah. Sanskar, do you think there will be all this vengeance and all in the mind of Trent Bolt? And if it is there, they will get the better of MI.
I'm not sure about the vengeance part, but Trent Bolt has generally done well in Mumbai, so I am expecting him to fire against Mumbai. And my vote is like the majority of them. I think Rajasthan will tramp past Mumbai. As much as I love Mumbai Indians and I love Rajasthan as well, but with the current state of affairs with Mumbai Indians, I don't see them winning against a potent Rajasthan Royals.
Okay, you are a Bangalore boy. Will KL Rahul ever win a match? Means like apparently they are poised to win today. But do you think uh, KL Rahul against RCB? What do you see? Any vengeance over there?
I mean, he did that enough in 2020 when he was representing Punjab against Bangalore and scoring that 132, which was amazing. But in this particular game, I would wish for RCB to come to a realization and make a big change of Alzari Joseph with literally anybody
Jack.
else. I would prefer Steve Stopley, but I wouldn't be disappointed even if Loki Ferguson comes in place of Alzari Joseph. But Alzari Joseph needs to on the bench at all costs. That's one change I desperately see them.
Yeah, Sanskar, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, if that happens and if they can replicate whatever Vaishak did alone, if all the team together can pull off that, I see RCB still turning things around and winning their second
Yeah.
home game.
Aditya, your thoughts about that RCB versus LSG?
That's happening in Chinaswamy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think LSG have a really good batting lineup. And with the way RCB bowled the last game, it's going to be hard. I mean, the last game they literally saw Andre Russell bowling slower balls. It was sticking onto the wicket, and yet, except Vaishak, nobody else tried that. Siraj, I think, was average clocking at 140, and Sunil Narine was just tonking it over. And Sunil Narine has not performed top of
Yeah,
the
he
order
hasn't
for.
played since 2020, actually. He hasn't scored above 15 or 20 runs.
Yeah, they got him back to form. So I have enough confidence that they'll get KL Rahul also back to form in Chinaswamy. So they need 225, for which Maxwell has to click. Kohli has to score quicker. A lot of things has to fall in place for RCB to win. Let me just put it that way.
Bidhu, your thoughts?
Yeah, the thing is, if it's a 200 pitch, Lucknow Super Giant have better batters, or batters in form than Royal Challengers Bangalore. And Royal Challengers Bangalore do not have the bowling to stop any teams, whatever they score. Unlike Vinayakam, I just don't see how, cricketing-wise, Bangalore are going to win 7-8 matches with this team. I have not really seen their squad in depth. I heard Loki Ferguson is there. He should come in actually. He should have been there in the third match. But let's go for the I go for Lucknow Super Giants.
Vinayakam, do you have any inside news that IPL is going to go out of India with elections coming up? That's the only way I see RCB qualifying. That's what they've done.
Just wait for the away matches. Just wait for the away matches.
Not even UAE.
No, so
Just wait for the away matches. The
actually,
home matches.
Yeah, Vinayakam, go on. Sorry,
Uryo. So just wait for the away matches. Out of the 7 home matches, RCB has already won 1. They will win at least 2 more, and then just wait for the away matches. mark my words, RCB is going to be there in the playoffs, and after that, it's anybody's game. But I want them. I mean, I see them in the finals as well.
Actually, everyone, Bidhu has extensively spoken on the topic that RCB matches should not be in Bangalore. With Bangalore facing a severe water crisis, I also personally feel that the matches should not happen in Bangalore because gallons of water is being spent on the grass and at the stadium. So there should be measures taken to control that, and that might actually benefit the team. Yeah,
Sorry,
Vinayak,
sorry. For cricketing reasons, I agree with what you're saying. But I mean, as far as the Chinaswamy is watering concerned, the STP or the non-potable water is used, so that really does not affect the water supply. But for cricketing reasons, I am with you. The matches should be moved out of Chinaswamy and to some other stadium.
okay, you corrected me on that. And that brings us to the end of the show. It was lovely hosting all of you, and we look forward to some amazing matches, the matches we discussed and pondered about the results. I hope they come in the favor of the opinions expressed by our amazing panelists. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, it was fun. Do share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.